Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, Madonna Now has done another remaster of a classic Madonna video. This time it's Vogue. I thought Vogue had been done in HD already, and no, it hadn't. There had been some re-edited videos done, and mixes of Vogue done with some of the extra footage that was released a few years ago, and that was done in HD, and I'd watched those, and I kind of felt like I'd seen Vogue in HD, but I actually hadn't. So he's done an okay job, or they've done an okay job. Now, the original Vogue video is on YouTube, on Madonna's channel, is only 480, and it's very soft and very light. It still looks nice, but there's a lot of detail missing, and I kind of really looked forward to a HD remaster of the original footage where you could actually see some of that detail and some of that contrast that's sort of missing. Now, it does give it a very strong, bold look with the contrast between the black and the white in some ways, and the remastering has done a good job with that in some ways, because it has given it a bit of depth and a few sort of tones of grey and some shades in there, but it's also given it some shadows. There's some sections where there's like black furniture in the background near a white wall, and there's like a little shadow of grey down the edge of it that you'd see in the original, but this is like a really strong line. It's like the AI has tried to make some of those elements, some of those sort of fragments, or whatever you call them. There's another term for them in HD remastering, in that they seem to be trying to make those into actual elements or something, as opposed to eliminating them as shadows or echoes or something like that. So there's that issue, but the video does look better because, well, it's in 4K, so you can look at it without pixels, so that's good. But it doesn't really give any extra detail so far as the sharp detail. The sharpness comes through a little bit of extra contrast, and you do lose some of the lighter white tones. Some of the mid-greys, I think, are more in there, but the white is still sort of overblown and blown out. So it's a little disappointing, but, you know, obviously he doesn't have the original source material. He certainly doesn't have the original film, so they're not going to be able to get some of that fine detail, because there's only so much detail you can get out of remastering, because it's got to be there. It's got to be in there to be found and, you know, remastered. If it's not there, if something's blown out and you're just this pure white, it's very hard to create or find detail that's not really there. So you can't hope for too much with a sort of really strong contrasty black and white video like Vogue. But the original still looks good, and this looks good as well. Like I said, it's got the little artifacts. That's the term I meant to use. It's got some little artifacts which the AIs have created or reinforced that have been there in the partially in the video transfer, and I guess the rest is just for the remastering, because I don't notice them so much in the original video. But I can watch either, but it is nice because it's easy to watch Vogue on YouTube in 480, but when you try and watch it on a TV screen, even if the image is soft and lacking detail and too much contrast, the fact that it is reconstituted, you know, in 4,000 pixels or whatever, it does kind of help. So I'm sort of all for the remastering projects, the fan ones, but I want the official ones. Like when you look at something like Justify My Love, which had similar problems as the original Vogue video, but the new remaster has so much detail and looks like it's come from the film. There's extra detail and grain and everything that we never saw before. Some people were saying that was fake. I'm like, I think that's real. Either way, it's added a layer of detail that wasn't there. It does make it look like a sort of cheap, grainy film in some ways, but you can see more of the detail, and it feels like real detail, not sort of, AI created detail. But I'm nearly up to 5 minutes. I should stop talking. But I just want them to do Oh Father and Bad Girl, because Bad Girl has been done in a decent 720, but it hasn't been really well done in a 1080. It's got some of the same artifacts, mostly with colour, and a lot of colours that have sort of bled out into these little artifacts, which kind of hurt it. But the other one is Oh Father, because Madonna Now did an Oh Father, but they just did the image as it was. They didn't crop it. They didn't give any extra detail. They just basically took a really bad video and just made it bigger with more pixels. That's not remastering. But yeah, I'm bitter about that because I want to see Oh Father in a good quality version, whether it's a proper remastered from the original elements or just a really good fan HD AI remastering. I just want it remastered because I'm not happy with the version I've got now. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the new Vogue HD video. If you haven't seen it, hopefully I've made you aware of it, because some of these things just sort of slip by. There's a lot of different versions of Vogue on YouTube and online, and it's hard to spot one that's actually been, done well, or at least done the best we've got so far. I'm going to go. Thanks. Bye.